Hello, everybody, and welcome to this year's Halloween episode. With me this year is my good friend Dalton. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
You guys know him from a lot of videos done in the past, and I decided that for this year's Halloween video, he would join me, and we're going to be talking probably just horror games.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's check how the stream's going over here. I'm trying to establish a streaming presence, at least somewhat. I will be streaming other things in the future. Now, this is The Suffering. It's a horror game for the PlayStation 2 that you play a guy who was convicted on some circumstantial evidence of murdering your wife and child, and you're placed into a maximum security facility that is a
That's fucked up.
yeah, you're placed into a maximum security facility on a prison on an island. So it's kind of like Alcatraz is.
Yeah.
You remember you played it, but people who watching might not. And there are other things on this island, like there's an old military base, and I don't remember if that old military base was what was transformed into a insane asylum or not. But there's also an insane asylum where there are these ancient videos of this doctor who goes through psychological profiles with you and all kinds of stuff. And it's really, really cool, man. This is a really, really cool game. And unfortunately, when I was having you play it, it actually crashed on you.
It just flat out just froze. That was really unfortunate because I was getting pretty far. I mean I was still at the beginning of the game, but I was getting pretty into it.
Yeah, this is a pretty lengthy game. It's like 10 hours or so. And it's got replay value because there are moral choices that you make in this game, and they basically amount to the black and white moral choices where you're either Mother Teresa, Jesus, or evil von Hitler Satan.
Sounds pretty exciting.
So it's all stuff like you will run into other survivors of the monsters that are attacking this prison, and that's what happens in this game, by the way. You get put in your cell, and shortly thereafter the prison gets attacked by all these horrible monsters, and you have to run around the prison trying to survive and figure out what's going on. And you'll run into other people, and you'll have to decide, do I want to let them live, or am I better off not playing babysitter to them and just kill them? And that's your moral choices. And your moral choices will give you one of 3 endings. So there is replay value in this game. And it's all dependent upon how many choices you make for one way or the other, depending upon what ending you get. And you can probably guess at least 2 of the how 2 of the endings are. Now, this is a first-person shooter, but as I remember, it's actually playable from the third person as well, which is cool. Let's go medium. It's actually playable from the third person as well, which is cool. I did hit record, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Not a lot of games did that at the time, where you could switch between the first and third like that.
Yeah, and then there's what I can only describe as quote-unquote beast mode, where you will, like, it's kind of like filling up a rage meter in God of War. You get this temporary power-up where you can just are basically invincible and you can tear enemies to shreds.
Oh hell yeah, like there's all kinds of stuff like that in the game from what I remember.
Yeah. You get that, and it's really, really cool. And there's all kinds of interesting and cool characters that you play as in this game. And one of the most interesting things about this game is the enemy design, because every single enemy in this game is designed after a form of execution.
Like the lethal injection. I think there's isn't there like a firing squad one too, and like a
Yeah, there's a firing squad one that's got like all these guns coming out of his back.
oh yeah, I remember seeing him in the opening cutscene or the opening like demo. Like,
And then there's ones where it's like beheading or whatever, where it's got these blades for arms and feet, and he can use them to climb all over the walls and ceiling and stuff. It's really, really fucking cool.
yeah,
But
it's pretty cool.
the coolest one, though, is the lethal injection one. Because it's...
Yeah, it has like syringes for eyes, and it can stab you with its shit and stuff.
Yeah, if he stabs you, you die. So those guys are fucking scary, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it's real. Like, this game is awesome. And I think this deserved a much better, to be remembered much better than it was. Because I let you play it because I'm like, you never played The Suffering? You'll love this, dude. It's great.
Oh, yeah. There's also a sequel, too, but I don't think the sequel gets as much recognition as the...
That's because the sequel isn't as good. I played it.
Oh, yeah.
Neighbor, nice to meet you. My name's Floyd.
I guess that's the case a lot of the time for these type of games.
Your lawyer fuck you?
There is
No witnesses, all circumstantial evidence. No one knows what
there is a
you can't remember.
Xbox version of this game as well. We're looking at the PlayStation 2 version. The Xbox version will actually look better.
Oh, yeah, I was about to ask that, actually.
At least
That's
But-
usually how it is for Xbox wars.
Yeah, that's usually... It was because it was a significantly more powerful console. It was basically a... I think it was a 733 megahertz processor with a Voodoo 3, basically, for a video card.
Which is... the only reason why... Like, I mean, it had better hardware than the PS2 in terms of like that, but, like, I guess the only reason why it didn't sell as much is because of just the brand name, like, as a new console, and the PlayStation 2 was already a developed, like, established, like, IP, like, for a console, you know?
Oh, there's
I guess
more to it than that. I mean, the PlayStation 2 is what, the best-selling console of all time now?
Yeah, I thought it was the Wii for a long time, too.
I don't know why. It's either the PlayStation 2 or the Wii, but the PlayStation 2 sold even more than the PlayStation 1, and the PlayStation 1 sold 100 million units.
Yeah, that was the biggest selling console of that generation, the fifth generation of consoles.
Yeah. The closest thing that Sony has had to a failure in the console market is the PlayStation 3, and that sold, what, 60 or 70 million, which is still a lot.
Because I think it was just because of the original price. Because the original price was like $600, right?
Yeah,
The
it
original
was
first gen model,
it was
yeah.
too expensive at launch. Yeah, so you start off in let's see, how do I switch?
This shit hits the fan.
I'm trying to figure out how... There we go. Can I switch that? Because I do not like inverted aiming.
Oh god, that's cancer in terms of controls. I mean, it's good for like flying. But,
Yeah, it's
you know,
good for... It makes sense for flying, and let's see if I can't turn the sensitivity up. I forgot how low it was in this game. But I would recommend... I don't know if there's a PC version of this. I know there's a PC version of The Suffering 2. Because that's what I've got, is the PC version of that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there is one for the original or not.
But...
I mean, like this would be a nice game to get like a remaster of, or like something like that, you know?
Yeah, I would love to have like a PlayStation 3 or 4 like updated version of this.
Like, yeah, like just like just have like nice up-res job on it or something like that. Like for like 1080p, I guess, because I mean it would look really nice in like this gen.
Did that save? Because that does not feel like it's saved. I keep going into the menus. I'm sorry, guys.
Menu simulator. Spoopy menu.
Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better.
Inmate, back in your cell. Everything's under control.
Oh, bullshit it is. That's going to leave a mark. But this absolutely nails good sound design. I mean, there's very, very good sound design to this game. Decent voice acting, interesting story. That's gross. Like, that guy got shivved, and you're just pulling the shiv out of his chest. Shit's gross, yo.
Yeah, good sound design is the key to good horror in any media, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like in terms of like visual media, not like, of course, like books or whatever, but I mean like games and movies and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Like,
and this game nails, like, if you're going to play horror games the way they're meant to be played, get a good stereo or surround sound unit, man.
yeah, headphones would be good.
And I keep trying to get you to get a good stereo for your room.
Oh yeah, I need to do that definitely. Like new turntable and everything, really, because my turntable's garbage.
Yeah. Sometimes you can act with things in the environment, like you could go over here and interact with the monitors and see different things. And in typical horror game fashion, sometimes you'll see spooky shit crawl across the screen with the monitor or whatever. And I keep forgetting how far behind you are. But there's nothing I can do about that.
No, that's fine.
Up there it goes. You saw me approach that, and now let's look at the other one.
Oh, it kind of reminds me of Manhunt now. The monitor like type of.
Yeah, I have not played Manhunt.
I play a little bit of it on PC. But
Is that a horror game?
I mean, it kind of depends what you define as horror. I mean, it's mainly just like one of those. It's just really violent and gory. Really, that's about it. Like I remember Manhunt 2 was actually given an adults-only rating for like violence alone, which is kind of rare in the ESRB world.
Yeah.
They had to censor it for the console release then, but the PC version was left uncensored. That's adults only.
Yeah. A lot of times you can interact with switches. Like you can turn on the lights here. You can open this locker, see if there's anything inside it. There's flashlight batteries, so you will get a flashlight in this game, as you do in many, many horror games.
And unlike Doom 3, you can actually have it on you while you run around and have weapons equipped.
Yeah, it's like a clip-on flashlight type of thing. There's a guy being pulled through a vent. But, yeah, so let me know in the comments below, what are some of you guys' favorite horror games? And what do you think this generation of consoles, has it been good to horror games, or has it have they continued to kind of fall by the wayside like they did at the end of last generation? Because like some of the major horror games of the last generation, like Resident Evil, went more action.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think I think it's getting a lot better. Like this generation of consoles and like PC and stuff like that. Like in the recent years, it's been getting really good for horror games, in my opinion at least.
Thank God I made it into the
Because like even like a lot of like AAA developers are starting to make horror games, like horror games now. Like they're focusing more on like the horror rather than action. It seems.
Yeah.
But obviously, like Resident Evil 7 is a big one. They're going back to like they're doing the first-person perspective, which I'm actually for. A lot of people aren't.
Yeah, a lot of people are bothered by that, and I don't get it. Like,
I don't know. Like the Resident Evil fan base is like really like I don't know what just
almost
like,
as picky as the Sonic fan base.
Oh, they're on that level.
The Sonic fan base is bad, man.
Oh yeah, trust me. It's it just seems like they're just afraid of change, really. They're just afraid of, I don't know, because like it's not really the first Resident Evil game to have first person, but it's the first main series Resident Evil game to have it.
See, I'm excited about them trying something different with Resident Evil 4.
Because it needs it, you know. I mean, like, because like it's just cool to see like what direction they'll take a gameplay style like that in the Resident Evil universe. You know, like what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah,
Maybe Halloween
like
either.
Resident Evil 5 was Resident Evil 4 with a more action focus.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's a fun co-op game, but it's like really. I actually really like Resident Evil 5, like personally, but I mean, as like a Resident Evil game, it's like really just. It's like Black Hawk Down with like pseudo zombies. I know they're not zombies, but. It's fun to
Then-
co-op.
Yeah, and then Resident Evil 6 is Resident Evil 6.
Yeah, it's like, it's too like off the rails. I mean, not in a good way either.
Yeah, like a main Resident Evil game wasn't reviewed well. That'll tell you, you know.
It was like shit panned by everybody, really. I mean, I think it was actually kind of it was shit on too much. I think. I mean, I remember one review site. I can't remember who it was, but they gave it like a 2 or 3 out of 10 or some shit. I mean, like, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just more like, well, like from what I played, like I played the whole game like 4 years ago. It was a long time ago at this point, but I mean, I'd give it like a 6 out of 10 if I had to give it a score out of 10. I'd probably give it a 6 or something.
Which, let's be honest, that's pretty disappointing to get a
Yeah,
6 out of 10 from a main.
Yeah.
And then they did. It wasn't anywhere near perfect, but they did. What was the one on the DS? The 3DS.
It was basically a port of the original Resident Evil. It's called Deadly Silence.
No. The one they made for the 3DS.
Oh, the Revelations. Yeah, Revelations.
Yeah, Revelations. That was it. And they put the horror aspects back in, and it wasn't scary, but it was a lot better than 6.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like I guess like horror in general doesn't. I don't think horror needs to be scary to be horror. I think if it provokes a feeling of like dread or creepiness or like or it's like just freaks you out in any way, I think it kind of like classifies it as horror in a way. If something like creeps you out in that manner.
And
Like Revelations definitely has that atmosphere going for it.
it does try to be like, and it was praised by fans and critics alike for trying to be horror. Like, this is a step in the right direction, so I kind of like this.
Yeah,
and
like
I'd love to co-op that game with you sometime for this channel.
I'm not sure if it is co-op or not. I have to look.
Isn't it? I thought it was.
Yeah, like I'm always confused about how that. I know there's like an unlockable mode in the game where it's co-op, but I'm not sure if the whole thing is or not.
Somebody dropped the soap,
Oh boy.
and now it's all bloody. Don't drop the soap in prison, people.
Yeah, rape jokes.
Yeah.
Bloody soap too.
Yeah, you see that bloody ass soap.
God. I don't want to know where that. I don't want to know where that fucking blood came from.
I found more flashlight batteries. You're obviously with the flashlight batteries, your batteries can run out.
Oh god. So that's gonna suck later on.
And the phone will occasionally ring. You'll see that in just a second, and it's like a call from his wife, who's dead.
That's spooky.
Yep. It's a call from his... There, you're getting a call from his wife, who is dead.
Oh shit.
Okay, where am I going?
You can find yourself a gun, sir.
Yeah, I know I need to find myself a gun. I'm working on it.
That shiv ain't gonna kill those fucking lethal injection monsters.
No. This actually has a lot of bits of cool storytelling, and there's a lot of history to this island.
Yeah, there's like, isn't there like Nazi propaganda posters on the wall in some parts? Or something?
Yeah, because there is a World War II base in this
Oh, yeah.
game.
Yeah, because I remember coming across that and I was like, why the fuck is this in this game? I was like, oh. Okay.
Either this prison was built in a World War II base, or there was a World War... I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've beaten it. But this game is good, and I would highly recommend playing it.
Oh yeah, I need to actually like get. I need to actually just get a copy of this and like play. I only ever played it that one time when you were over.
This Nash up in Tower A3, I can't see what's going on. I hear sounds, but when I shine the spot down there,
But
everything's
Oh yeah,
scampered
go
away.
ahead.
there goes spooky creatures across the screen. You'll see that in here in a little bit. But
That thing's impossible.
I think that there's been more focus on horror. Like, obviously, Resident Evil 0 and 1 came out on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Resident Evil 4 came out on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Obviously, those are both true horror games. And they might be working on the remake of Resident Evil 2, everybody's favorite, so they can all spooge over that.
Oh yeah.
We'll wait to see what Silent Hill does this generation. Obviously,
I don't know.
obviously they were working on PT and it got canceled, and I don't want to buy games from Konami anymore.
Yeah, like I don't know if they're ever gonna make like a Silent Hill game. Like I don't think Konami's ever gonna make a Silent Hill game that's good anymore, because they're already doing that Metal Gear Survive, which is an obvious they're seeing like what games sell, then they're gonna make a zombie like horror type of survival game, which is
Yeah, and
of
boy
course
did
it's not like Metal Gear at all, but
boy did that get a negative reaction. Not that it didn't deserve it.
yeah, yes, I mean like. Well, first, Konami are just being total cunts about everything, because they canceled PET, they got rid of Kojima for no discernible reason, I don't think.
Yeah, Kojima was basically the only person there making them any money, and they got rid. Like, why do you get rid of your cash cow?
Yeah, I know. Like, and then like Silent Hills, like PT was getting a lot of buzz. There was like a lot of hype towards that shit, and then they canceled it. And then like they're making all these pachinko machines. They had the erotic violence Castlevania one, which is kind of infamous now. It's like a meme-worthy thing.
Yeah.
And then there's the Silent Hill one, which nobody gave two shits about because it's a Japanese-only gambling thing. So of course nobody else is gonna like it.
Okay, here's the beheading monster.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's a real shame. There's so much potential with that Silent Hills game. That could have like revamped the series for a new generation, but that's gone.
Yeah, I never got to play the PT demo. Oh, by the way, when you defeat enemies, you get pages, like journal entries that tell you about that enemy.
That was pretty cool.
Hold it right there, or I will cut you down. You hear me, inmate? Do you hear me?
Okay, here's your first
Protocol.
choice coming up here.
Right now, I prefer a murdering scumfuck from the road to one of those monstrosities. We got a better chance of survival if we stick together. But you will do exactly what I say, or I will punch a hole in your sorry ass. Got it?
Has something to do with sound.
When I've seen these bastards spawn, prefer to stay in the dark.
Oh yeah, you're saying you never got to play
Or I will blow
PT.
your head off.
Yeah, I never got to play PT, unfortunately.
Yeah, I still got. I'm never gonna delete that fucking game. I
Yeah.
still got it on mine.
What's going on?
Okay, here's a freak out moment coming up. God, how long have I been recording?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest.
So let's go over here to see what's in the break room.
This game teaches you that popping pills is a good way to
Regain health, yeah.
regain health. Well, I think it's worse than Cry of Fear for like on PC, where like the health's morphine and syringes, and you actually like roll up your sleeve and like inject it in your fucking body, and that's hell. And you can kind of like overdose on it and have like a blurry vision. It's kind of funny, kind of cool.
Yeah. I
That's
haven't
okay.
played that one yet.
It's actually a really, yeah, it's a really good game actually. It's made by like two people, so one of them's in like one of them's like one of them like the one other dev made the whole soundtrack. The soundtrack's really good. He was he's like a big black metal fan. He's in his own band and he does like DSBM type of stuff. So like the soundtrack's really moody and really like melancholy. It's pretty cool. It has a really good soundtrack, but it's a really good game in general. Like heavily inspired by Silent Hill and Resident Evil, like specifically.
Yeah. But then a couple of other new horror games. Like, we finally got that really, really good Alien game.
Oh fuck
If I need
yeah,
to shoot
dude!
more of those fuckers, I will not hold
It's
my
about
fire
it's
until
about
you
damn
ring
time
me.
to get a good Alien game for that like series in general.
Yeah,
I mean, there have been like I never got to play that Jaguar Alien versus Predator game, but apparently that's good.
it is good.
But I mean, there hasn't been like a really good horror Alien game in the franchise in the series at all. I don't think
God's green earth is your fucking problem.
until
Move
now, obviously. But it's just mainly been all
have to go
action
downstairs to get
oriented,
out.
like
Get your
for
ass
the
in
most
gear.
part.
Yeah.
Damn, there's more of those things down here. Stay out of my way.
And yeah, I need to actually like finish playing that too. Finish that. I don't even
Did you
think I've
see
ever
that?
got to the first Alien yet.
Yeah, you fucking hurry up and shoot him before he gets to me.
Handle yourself
Yeah,
all
shit
right
ain't gonna do
for an
anything.
inmate. Carnage Island's got a strange history, and Abbott is one fucked up who's gal. Let me tell you, we better stay away from the fucking basement. If things are bad up here, down there, it's gonna be like the mouth of hell.
I always saw the good in you.
Yeah, they're releasing both the games on PS4 next month.
I gotta check it out. Stay here.
So I guess more people can play that finally. That's good. That's a good series too.
Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah, both the Amnesia games are coming to PS4 next month.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So like more people can play that. That's a really good series.
Yeah, and then a lot of people have a lot of problems with it, but Shinji,
Shinji Mikami's Evil Within.
yeah, released on Evil Within this generation as well, and that was a pretty big horror release as well, and it's a pretty hefty game
Oh
too.
yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good game. I mean, I think the main problem, like why people were so let down about it, is just because it was so hyped up. I mean, it was hyped up to the moon. Like it was like they kept saying how it was a return to true survival horror. I mean, in a lot of ways it is, but like people had problems with the fact that you can like get like this gel, which is like a currency to buy upgrades with, and people were saying, "Oh, you can't buy upgrades in a survival horror game." So that they had problems with like how the gameplay mechanics are like that. But I mean, it's a good game though.
I haven't actually beaten it, but there are things in it like the game starts off really, really fucking strong because you're in like the insane asylum or whatever that area was, and you're just being haunted by this huge fucking guy that you cannot kill.
He's basically like the nemesis of the Evil Within in a way. I guess you can make that comparison. I mean, he's the box. I can't remember what his name. He's like the box man or whatever. I can't remember his name. There's even a DLC where you actually play as him in a first person perspective.
Hmm.
It's kind of interesting. I never actually played that though yet.
Okay, so the guy died and I got his revolver. I haven't beaten that particular one yet, but that was it starts off really, really fucking strong. Like I said, you're just being chased through the halls by this guy you cannot kill, and it reminds you of when you're being constantly hunted in Alien Isolation, which manages to keep up its atmosphere basically throughout the entire thing. And there are more action-oriented moments in Alien Isolation where you aren't fighting.
Yeah, you fight the synthetics for a little bit in later parts of the game, and you get like later on you get a flamethrower, which really helps you with the alien, like just to ward them off. But for the most part, you're really defenseless most of the time.
Yeah, even the flamethrower, it won't kill the creature.
But you'll be able to actually run around more, and then you'll be able to just when he shows up, you can kind of shoot him with it and get like a head start to run away or something like that.
There he is, crawling on the ceiling. You see how he crawls on the ceiling?
That's pretty cool.
Aiming is a little slow and a little sluggish. It's not perfect. So this game is not perfect, but there's a new what is it called? Call of Cthulhu game coming out that looks interesting.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I haven't seen much about it. There's like one trailer, and that's about it, I think. From what I understand, it's going to be a first-person game like Dark Corners of the Earth was.
Which I hope so.
Yeah, I do too. I guess it'd be basically like a reboot of that game if it is like a first-person game. And hopefully it does the same thing where maybe it'll like use like different Lovecraft stories and like kind of like mix them together like Dark Corners did.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool.
Dark Corners of the Earth is really, really goddamn good.
Especially if you're a Lovecraft fan.
If you're a Lovecraft fan, there's a lot to love in that game.
Because I guess it does follow the stories pretty closely, but it kind of mixes them around. It
Yeah.
mixes the stories together.
And you actually get to see... if you're expecting the story Call of Cthulhu, that's not... Cthulhu appears as like a statue in a church in the game, and that's really it.
Yeah. It's more just the... It's mainly like the beginning. The beginning of the game is mainly Shadow over Innsmouth, because you go to Innsmouth and
No, the very beginning of the game is a Shadow out of time,
yeah,
where you go to the mansion and
yeah.
deal with the cultists, and then
It goes into, yeah. After the cult thing's done, when you go underground and
you go to the story becomes a Shadow over Innsmouth.
yeah, like right afterwards. Maybe they'll do like I don't know. They have a lot of like material to work with for the new one. A lot of stories they can use. Do like the Dunwich horror maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you could always go with the classic Herbert West Reanimator.
Oh yeah.
He did a lot of those stories because he did them. That was like a series that he wrote for a magazine. That's why there's so much Reanimator stuff.
Yeah, because I bought that the best of H.P. Lovecraft book. I actually bought that, so I might actually read that sometime. It has a lot of stories in it. I can't remember which ones specific. I know it has Shadow over Innsmouth, Call of Cthulhu, obviously, Dunwich Horror. I think At the Mountain of Madness is in here too. But it's the book that has the cover of Cause of Death and Demolition Hammer's what the fuck's that album called? Shit, I can't remember. Basically the book is like where those two metal album covers came from.
Yeah.
That's the one I got.
And I know what Demolition Hammer album you're talking about. I just don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, it has Human Dissection on it, but I can't remember.
Demolition Hammer's so fucking good, though.
It's called Epidemic of Violence. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good ass album too.
Yeah, I mean, I think in some ways it's kind of better than. I can't think straight. Their most popular album. I always forget what it's called.
I don't know. Both of them are really popular.
Yeah, it's cool that they're back together too. 'Cause it's been a while. That's for sure. Tortured Existence. That's their first album. I don't know why I forgot that, but yeah, Epidemic of Violence is really good. I think their third album is bad. Yeah, I never actually heard it, but.
But here's another moral choice. You see this guy in the gas chamber.
I should totally just gas him.
Yeah, you can gas him if you want.
that's another like classic survival horror like trope is having like multiple endings in games, which doesn't really. I don't think it really happens as much anymore in like big game releases.
Yeah. Outside of RPGs.
Yeah, oh yeah, like JRPGs and stuff especially. Like even like Silent Hill, it was like it's a really like dark and moody like series, but I mean they always had like joke endings all the time. Like the first game had a UFO ending. Basically, UFO endings were like a staple of the series until the fourth one. Well, Homecoming had one too, but
I haven't played I haven't played actually much past 4.
I mean Homecoming has its problems. I mean it has really. I think it has the biggest problems are in its combat mechanics. I mean, like the enemies can be really cheap at times, and like I think that's the biggest problem in my opinion. But I think overall, I think it's pretty good for the most part. I mean, I had fun playing it, so.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's actually joined the damn stream. Posted about it, but I can't make people join.
Yeah, I was trying to log into Twitch, but I mean, I can't remember my password because that was my old JTV account. I guess I carried over to Twitch when Twitch became a thing. Yeah, I haven't played Silent Hill Downpour yet, but
I heard some people say Downpour's a return to form, and others say it's terrible.
I don't know what to think. I know Razor Fist likes it. I know like other Silent Hill fans don't like it. I don't know who to. I mean, it looks good. I mean, for like I haven't played it, but I mean, from what I saw, it looks good. I mean, I'm not gonna shit on it just because some people say it's bad. Or whatever. I need to actually just play it sometime. I need to find a copy of it somewhere. I haven't seen any copies of it anywhere really. That's the main reason why I haven't played it yet, really. But I mean, Homecoming's good. I mean, I think Homecoming's good. But I can see why people don't like it, though. But yeah, like a lot of people shit on Silent Hill 4, but that's my favorite one. Like everyone's favorite's always the second one, which is a really good game, but my heart's always been with the fourth one. Just don't get the HD remaster, it's awful.
I know it is. Which is a damn shame.
It's just, yeah, I mean, like those games deserved a good remaster, but they got, oh man, it's so bad. So many
We were talking about earlier, but I wish this game and its sequel would get a compilation kind of remaster thing.
Yeah, it really needs it. I mean, it looked really good with a nice remaster job.
Yeah.
Or even like a third one, maybe. Oh, if they did make a third one, it would be a reboot of the series. That's usually how it goes.
I've said this before, but you know what I really want?
They won't leave you alone until you do it.
I want a new Dino Crisis.
Oh yeah,
I want a new.
That series is like. Yeah, because I mean, there's like 3 main games, and then there's like a.
The third one killed it.
Oh yeah, I mean even like I mean the second one's apparently I've never played the second one, but apparently the second one's more action focused. But
yeah, for everything I've seen leads me to think that it is more action focused. But
not as nearly as bad as the third one though.
I mean, just give me Resident Evil 4 with the ability to move while aiming, and dinosaurs instead of zombies,
and imagining it like that would be a lot better.
And I'll be happy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
How long have I been recording?
Probably like a half hour, maybe.
I don't know. Way too goddamn long. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. Because goddamn, I've been recording for 53 minutes. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would be greatly appreciated. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks everybody, and goodbye.